everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not familiar with this series, it's Best of Beauty 2014, and this category is makeup, so colored makeup, that type of stuff. I'm going to go through them as quickly as possible because I have a ton of products to show you, and I'm just going to jump right in. If you have not watched my last few categories, I will link them down below. There's hair, nails, skincare for the face, and then makeup this week, and then you'll get a few more in the next coming days. So I'm going to jump right in. If I'm looking to the side, it's because I have all my products listed and I didn't want to forget any of them. So excuse me for looking that way. So we're going to start primer. For the face, I'm very simple. And you know what's funny is that I don't really use a lot of face primer. I used two this year, and the first one I used that was drugstore was the Maybelline Baby Skin. I loved that one for such a long, well, not even that long of a time, but I loved that one for a few months. It was doing really well with my skin, and I don't know what happened, but as soon as it hit colder weather, applying the primer around my pore, like the bigger pore area, it just wasn't sitting with my skin. I don't know if that particular product expires quicker. I could not use it anymore, so I had to throw it out. So I was really bummed because that was a great drugstore option. It's not my favorite anymore. Sorry guys if you've seen them in my previous Friday favorites last year. But I had to throw it out. It was pretty nasty, and I just couldn't understand why it wasn't working out for me once it got colder. So I just I threw it out. I couldn't take it anymore. So what I've been loving is the Benefit Porefessional. This, I stand strong by it through cold weather and warm weather. I get oilier more in the summertime, and this does help. I don't use primer as often in the wintertime because I don't need it as often, but I will still use it. I love this. This is like probably my second bottle. Yeah, I think it's my second bottle. And I gave a bottle away to one of my girlfriends to try because I swear by it. I know it's a little bit pricey. It's like $30 around there. But I'm telling you guys, if you want your makeup to stay for long periods of time, a primer on the pores where you do get oily is definitely a must. And this one is worth the price, even though it is quite expensive. And it does last you for a while, so you don't have to worry about spending the money like once a month or anything. This should last you quite a few months because mine does. And you only need a little bit, so you don't have to go and splurge out a whole dime size. You just need the tiniest amount all over your pore area, and you're good. So this has been my favorite. I know it's expensive, but it does the job well. So primer for the eyes. Now I have two different types of primer for the eyes, and the first one is inexpensive. It's the Essence I Love Stage Primer. I've been wearing it every day for the last few months, and I took the stopper out because I was getting to the end and I wanted to finish the product. There's quite a bit left in there at the bottom. So this one was, I think, about $2 or less. It was definitely under $3, I can tell you that much, and it works. It does the job. Just make sure you don't overdo it with the primer. If you put too much eye primer, it's going to do the opposite and not keep your eyeshadows on. So just only a little bit you need to apply on your lids, and it's cheap. It's under $3, so definitely a great drugstore option. I do love it. It's very much yellow toned based, so if you are on the olive skin, you will like this. If you are not on the olive skin, you might not like this, but this one is great for yellow undertoned skin types. Love it. Very affordable. My second primer is my Paint Pot by MAC. It's called Painterly. Everybody knows about this. This is the pink tone version of the Paint Pots. I do have soft ochre too, but I don't know what it is. I like Painterly more. I'm not really sure. It's kind of strange because the Essence primer is yellow based and this one's pink toned, and I like both of them, but they're totally opposite undertones. So go figure that one out. I love these paint pots. They are a little bit pricey. I think they're like $25 per pot, but I think they're worth it, especially if you want something to keep your eyeshadow on. Definitely worth the try. So the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. BB cream. BB cream. I tried two this year. Did I try two or more? No, I tried two this year. And out of the two, this is my favorite. This is the Garnier BB cream that I love. It's for combination to oily skin in medium dark. I only have like this much left, and I got this at the beginning of 2014. I got this on a recommendation from What Would Lizzie Do. She's amazing. I do love it. It is great. It's very lightweight, but with lots of like great coverage, which is what I like. And even though it's a little bit light for me, like color-wise, I just bronze up my face and you can't even tell. But I do love it. It's a great alternative to a foundation if you don't want to wear a heavy foundation in the warmer months. So BB cream, the Garnier BB cream has been my favorite, and it's drugstore, so you can get it for drugstore prices when they go on sale and such. So love that. Foundations. So I only have two foundations. I've tried a couple foundations this year, and some of them were pretty good. Some of them were meh, but the two that I have gone back to over and over and over again this year, drugstore, is the CoverGirl Clean Whipped Cream Foundation. This is what the packaging looks like. It comes in a pot. I just had to scrape out the sides because I hit major pan. So I scraped out the sides to get all into the middle. It's a mousse consistency. I'm wearing it today on my face, actually. I find that it's very, very light on the face. It's not cakey, and it really does blur away any imperfections or redness in your skin, especially in this area for me. So I do like how this applies with my Real Techniques buffing brush because it is very, very lovely to work with. It's drugstore, so you don't have to worry about the price. I think I picked this up at Walmart on sale for $5. If I'm not mistaken, that's when I picked it up. When I saw it on sale, and I said, okay, great, it's $5, I can get it now. Normal prices, I think they go between $8 to $9, but this I picked up on sale for $5, and it was worth it. I really did enjoy it, and I still enjoy it. I'm probably going to put this in my Project Pan activity just because I would like to clean out some of my foundations and I want to be able to use them up before they go bad. So love this one. It's affordable. It's great to use. It's I wouldn't say it's too matte, but it's not dewy at all for my skin anyways. And I find that it sits well with my skin. It does hide the imperfections and like the redness, and it does blend well with my skin type. I'm in the shade 355. I don't know what that means, but that's the shade I'm in, and that's what it is. So I love that. High-end foundation, I use my MAC Studio Sculpt. This one I'm in the shade NW35. I love this foundation. This is my second one. I finished a MAC Studio Sculpt in 2014, and I repurchased it in 2014, and this is the repurchased one. So I'm down to here now because I tried to sparingly use this just because MAC foundations can be a little pricey, you know? So what I've been doing is I've been using this every so often since I repurchased it just because it is quite pricey, but I do love it. It's a gel type foundation. So it's not powdery, it's not cakey. You can apply this with your beauty blender and it would look flawless. Very much of an airbrushed effect. I like to put this with my beauty blender, with my buffing brush from Real Techniques, with my flat top kabuki from Sigma. This can be applied with any brush and it will look amazing, and that's why I love it. It is by far probably my top favorite foundation in the high-end rank. So if you haven't tried it, go try it out. It's great. Concealer. I have one concealer. I tell you, I've tried 3 concealers in 2014. I used up 2 of my MAC Select Sheer concealers. Those were great for summertime because they were very sheer. You didn't want a lot of makeup. You can definitely put on a sheer concealer. I ran out of that, back to MAC them. I didn't even repurchase because I have so many concealers that I want to use up before I even repurchase another concealer. So the next one I was using, and that I love for very, very high coverage, is my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This has SPF 35 and it's in the shade NW25. Comes in a pot like this. Very, very thick in consistency. Your finger would need to be warming up the product. Like I can use a brush too, but when I put my finger in there, it's easier because your finger warms up the product, and when you apply it to under your eyelids, it's very creamy, and your finger, because your finger's warming up the product, it blends in very nicely and it gives you that full coverage that you're looking for. Here it is right here. This one I think is just as expensive as any other MAC concealer, but it's worth it and it lasts a long time. I don't use this concealer very, very often. I use it for more full coverage looks because, let's face it, I don't really do a full cake face every day. But on the days that I do, I go to this one because it does do the job. It does cover beautifully. It's very, very, very well formulated, I find. You have to be careful though. Sometimes it could crease, so just make sure you set it with a very, very translucent powder and not too heavy on the powder either. Very, very light swipe underneath the eye with the powder and you should be fine. But this has been my favorite concealer, and I think I do have a backup of this because I do love it very much. Let me just get a wet nap because, you know, I'll be swatching. So what else am I going to talk about here? So we have powders. Now, I tried to get through powder pretty much with one product last year in 2014. And I have to tell you, the powder that I used was my MAC Studio Fix powder in NC45 as a bronzer. And that was, you know what, it did the job. It bronzed my face. I only used it to warm up my face, not to contour. And that was nice. It did last me for 2 years because you get a lot of product in the compact. But in 2014, throughout the entire year, I used my Rimmel Stay Matte powder for my T-zone. This, you can tell I've hit serious pan in because I've used it for so long. It's the Rimmel Stay Matte. Okay, the packaging is shit. I'm not gonna lie. Excuse my French. Like, I dropped it once and the top broke. Luckily, the powder didn't break, but the top like completely cracked. So the packaging is crap. I mean, it's drugstore. It's under $5. I got this for $4.99 in, I think it was at the end of 2013 for a Halloween tutorial or a Halloween look that I was doing when I went out. And then I figured I can use this because it was doing very well in my T-zone, keeping my T-zone matte without it looking cakey. So that's what I've been using. And I do enjoy it. I probably will repurchase once I run out. But that has been a favorite powder of mine. Bronzer I discovered also close to the end of 2014. My Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you guys can really tell I'm wearing bronzer, but I've got bronzer all around the perimeter of my face. I like to do the warm-up of my face look opposed to a harsh contour on a daily basis just because I do work in an office. A warm-up bronze look just looks a little bit better on me. I apologize if I look a little washed out. I have a white light directed right at me and it's just driving me nuts. So this is what the Bronze Booster looks like. It's very, very light. This is in the shade Medium Dark. I don't know if you guys can even tell. On my skin tone, it's not very noticeable because I am quite dark as it is. But if you do not have like a solid tan, then this will come up a little bit more on you, like on your face. For me, this is kind of pretty much warming up my face to the exact color as my body, so that's why I love this. And it's matte, so there's no shimmer in that. And it's drugstore. Physicians Formula. It's drugstore. You can get it for 40% off. I picked this one up when it was on sale for $9. Blush. One blush comes to mind for 2014, and that's Max Peaches. I use Max Peaches for so long only because this blush goes with, I don't even see, the lighting freaking sucks. This blush goes with anything, like no word of a lie. Again, I'm so tan that it doesn't show up on my skin tone, but it's got that like peachy corally look without it being shimmery. And this goes with anything. You can do a smoky eye, you can do a neutral eye, you can do a neutral look, a nighttime look, a daytime look, whatever it is, this will go with it. So that's what I love about Max Peaches. That's what it looks like there, and I'll just open it up one more time. That's what it looks like there. What else? Highlight, yes. One highlight I used in 2014. I dabbled in a couple liquid highlighters. I'm not really too fond of liquid highlighters. I don't know why. Not sure why, but my MAC Soft and Gentle has been my favorite highlighter for 2014. This highlight is freaking gorgeous. I have had this highlighter for so long. I'm wearing it today. It's just that really like soft champagne-y look. I don't know if you guys can tell on my cheekbones. I'm wearing it, and down the bridge of my nose. Excuse my little nose situation here, but slowly getting better. So I love MAC Soft and Gentle. It has been my favorite for this year. And you know what? You get a lot of product. How much product is in here? 10 grams. So you get 10 grams of product, and it doesn't even look like the dome is even going down at all. So that's what I love about this product. You can invest in the product, and it'll last you for years because a highlighter is not going to run out as quickly as, let's say, a powder would. So love MAC Soft and Gentle. What else am I doing? Eyeshadow. So single eyeshadows. I'm not really one to fuss with single eyeshadows. I have a couple that I'll use over and over again, but the one that I've used the most over and over again is my MAC eyeshadow, Always Sunny. It's just like it's a tan shade. I don't even know if you can see it on the tip of my finger. It's very much the same color as my skin tone. You can't even tell like I have it on my hand because it's pretty much the same color as my skin tone. And what I like to do with this is throw it on the lid of my eyes when I'm in a rush, blend it into the crease, and I'm good to go. And this has been my daytime office look for months now. And funny enough is that I use it so much, and it doesn't even look like I've put a dent into it. So, and this is the eyeshadow, Pro Longwear eyeshadow in Always Sunny. I think these are around the $25 range. I didn't purchase mine. I got mine for free at one of those MAC sales that I always go to quarterly. So that's what Always Sunny looks like on the back. And then on the front, this is what the shadow looks like. Love it. Pro Longwear lasts all day. That's what Pro Longwear is if you don't know. So I do love Pro Longwear line by MAC. Okay, so, single eyeshadow, I showed you what I use. Now we're going to hit palettes. Now, it took me really long time to figure out what palettes I really enjoyed throughout 2014 because I used quite a bit of them. I have so many favorites. I love the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Unfortunately, it didn't make my cut because I only chose 3. I kept it down to 3 only because I didn't want to bombard you guys. So the first one I selected was Naked, and because Naked by Urban Decay has been my go-to palette for when I have special events to go to. Special events meaning weddings, very like glamorous type of, suit and tie, dress bow tie events, those kind of things, black tie events, I guess you could call them. I always go to this because it's got golds, it's got bronzes, and I'm a bronze kind of girl. It's got your neutral shades to blend, and you've got your highlights and those type of shades. You even have like a blackish and a gunmetal type of shade for those smoky days if you really want to go that route. So the Urban Decay Naked palette has been my favorite for special events throughout the year. If you guys don't have it, go pick it up. It's definitely worth it. I know that you guys sometimes question, is it really worth it? $60 is a lot of money. Yeah, it is a lot of money. I purchased one of these for my sister-in-law for her birthday, and she loves it. There are a lot of shimmers, so if you're not a shimmer lover, you might not like gravitate towards this. But for those of you who love shimmery shadows, they're definitely worth the splurge. I'll show you a couple swatched here. Let me see. So Half Baked. So Half Baked is this one here, and that's what Half Baked looks like. I'm going to do Sidecar. Sidecar is more of a taupey shade. That's what Sidecar looks like right there. Let's do Toasted. Toasted is gorgeous. They're so buttery and blendable that so that's what Toasted looks like. So they're very, very pigmented, very easy to blend. They're great for holidays or events that require you to dress up. Definitely worth it. And that's the palette that I usually gravitate towards. For those of you who, don't want a fancy palette for fancy occasions, but want something every day, what I suggest and what I loved for my, my regular day-to-day stuff is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. Now, I've shown you guys the difference between this one and the Naked Basics 2. My favorite, I think, is the Naked Basics, only because it's more warmer toned and I'm warmer toned skin. So that's what the Naked Basics looks like. They're all matte shadows. You can use them for day or night, night or day. They're very pigmented. Here, I'll show you. They're very, very pigmented. See that? So very pigmented. They are gorgeous. They're just so easy to work with, easy to blend. It's travel friendly. You can use this as a traveling palette. You can use it for your eyes. You can use it for your brows because there are darker shades and lighter shades in there. So if you guys are looking for more of a simple, everyday type of palette, this is great. It's a bit cheaper than the larger Naked palettes. The Basics, I think, is like $27, $28 plus tax in Canada. I could be wrong. It might be $30, but, you know, it's still cheaper. It's half the price than one of these. But that is an all matte, travel-friendly palette. Next palette, and the last one that made the cut, has been my favorite for a while since it came out in 2014, specifically. It is the Anastasia Maya Mia palette. Now, I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Maya Mia. She is a gorgeous woman. She lives in Tanzania with her husband. She does amazing, amazing eye looks. Like, I cannot describe to you these eye looks because they're just gorgeous. If you search her on Instagram, she sends all her eye looks. She posts them on Instagram. They're gorgeous. So she's definitely been an inspiration of mine. And when I found out that she teamed up with Anastasia to do a palette, I was like set of picking it up. And that's what I did. This is what the Anastasia Maya Mia palette looks like. It kind of reminds me more of a summer palette opposed to a fall palette. Just because you have aqua, you have fresh peach, glisten is a nice shimmery peachy shade, and that is pretty much the only shimmery peachy shade in there. That's the only shimmer shade in there. The rest of them are matte, which is nice. I'm just going to do some swatches here. So I don't know if you guys can see those shades. The peachy shade is very much close to my skin tone, but it's just so pretty, so pretty. What I like to do with these is I like to wet them, and they become even more intense. This is what glisten looks like. I don't know if you guys can see, because my skin tone, I'm really tan. I self-tanned 2 days ago, so I'm really dark right now. You might not be able to see glisten, but it's right there. It's got that little like shimmeriness. Let's do Sienna. Sienna is a gorgeous, gorgeous Moroccan shade that's amazing to blend with. And then Deep Brown is a nice dark color to work with as well. So those are just some of them. There's Warm Taupe in there and some highlighted shades, and then Gold Bar, which is like a greeny gold. Love this for the summertime and springtime. It made my cut because I did really enjoy it for the warmer months, and I definitely will be pulling it out again when the warmer months come around because this is a great palette for that time of year. Okay, so now that we are done with the palette thing, I'm going on to eyeliners. Now, I've tried a few eyeliners this year, not gonna lie. I would get them in sets or in palettes, so I had the opportunity to try a couple, and then there were some existing ones that I had already in my collection that I'm trying to use up, and, you know, whether I like them or not. So the three that really, you know, was brought to my attention this year, two are high-end. One is drugstore. So the drugstore is the NYC liquid liner. This one is very affordable, $3.49 at the drugstore. If you want a very intense, dark, matte black, this is definitely one to check out. I'm just going to draw a line right here. See how dark that is? That is the NYC liquid liner. Very, very intense, very black. Love this for the eyes. It's definitely on my favorite list because it's affordable, and I love that really deep, dark, matte, pigmented look of an eyeliner. So that's a bonus. Next one is my gel liner by MAC. This is Black Track. I've used this so many times. I find it so easy to do a wing liner with Black Track gel liner. I think any gel liner would probably work, but Black Track has been the one that I have been working through, and it has been doing the job for me. So I love MAC's Black Track. And then finally, I love the Anastasia Covet Waterproof Eyeliner in black. Now, I'm not really sure if this is waterproof. Let's see if I can swatch it here. It's not very black, I can tell you that much. Like, it's very, it's kind of more like a grayish black, so it's not very, like, black, but I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Compared to the NYC, which is really pigmented, the Anastasia one is more of a lighter tone black, which is what I like for every day, especially at the office. So I use this one a lot for everyday purposes, and they say it's waterproof, but I didn't really pay attention to the waterproof part because I'm just going to the office and I'm coming home, so I couldn't really say about the waterproof, but I do like this for every day. It's not as pigmented, which is what I like when I'm not looking for a really, really bang, hard-on look, if you guys know what I'm saying. So that was also another favorite for liner. Okay, so we've hit the liner section. Now it's time to talk about mascara. Now, mascara, I have gone through quite a few. Mascara is the one that pops to mind that I love. has been one that was just introduced in 2014 by Too Faced. It's the Better Than Sex mascara. This is a sample size because I was working on a sample size before I purchased the full size. This is what the wand looks like. So it's like that hourglass shape. This fluffs up my lashes and feathers them out so nicely, like I cannot tell you. I don't know if it's better than Sex, to be totally honest, but it does an amazing, amazing job at making my lashes flare out very nicely, very evenly, not as many clumps as I am used to in the past, but this has been a great mascara. It is a bit of a drier formula, so don't be surprised when you open it up the first time and you think it's a very wet formula. It's not. It is a drier formula, but it works wonders with your lashes, so I do love the Better Than Sex mascara. Brow products. So there's only two. I've used a couple, and you know what? None really wowed me except for these two. And you know, the first one is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate. So you can tell you don't need a lot with this product. You really don't. And it is waterproof, if I'm not mistaken. Can't really tell on here, but anyways. It is a great product. It looks like it's dried out, but it's not because it hasn't separated from the packaging. But it is a great product, and you only need the tiniest amount for your brows. I haven't used this one yet in 2015 just because I only use this normally when I really want a pungent brow, like a bang-on brow with a bang-on eye look, and I haven't really needed to do that lately or been wanting to do that lately, but this is what I would use to do that type of look. Last brow product. I don't know what's going on with my brows today. They look kind of odd. I can never get them to match. I don't know why. This is my Lancome brow pencil. I've used this throughout the entire year of 2014. Look at how small it is now. It's getting to the end. This was in the shade Sable, and it is so creamy. I'm wearing them in my brows today. It's a really pretty dark chocolate taupe shade. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's very nice to blend in your brows if you don't want a harsh brow look, or you are in a hurry and you don't want to use the pomade, because the pomade you need to take a little more time with. The Lancome brow pencil was really nice. I'm not really fond of the spoolie. The spoolie was kind of meh, like, it was very stiff. It made my eyebrows shed a lot of skin, dead skin, and when I comb through my eyebrows, I don't want dead skin coming out through it because the bristles were so stiff. So, not fond of the, sorry, I have an itch. Not fond of the brush, but the product, the brow pencil product itself was very nice, and it was nice to work with and blend into my brows. So I really did love that. I would consider repurchasing probably a darker shade because I think, even though my brows look dark as they are with this color, I wanted to go a bit darker, especially when I go back to my dark hair color for my hair. Right now I'm red, so it doesn't really matter, but once I go to my dark chocolate brown, I think I want to go to a darker chocolatey color for my brows. But it is good. It's a great pencil, so I think when I repurchase this, it'll be in a different shade, but I do love this formula. I don't even know what they're called. I just know it's the Lancome brow pencil. I don't even think they have more than one, but yeah. Okay, so liners and lipsticks. So I have 3 liners that I've been using quite a bit this year. The first one is my Milani's Nude Liner. Now, this liner is very inexpensive. It's drugstore. You can get it at any drugstore that carries Milani. This is in the shade Nude. It goes well with my skin tone. Love this pencil. I use it over like my nude lipsticks, my bright pink lipsticks, anything bright I use this under because it just blends my lips together well with the product. So, inexpensive, under $5. It's Milani's Nude Lip Liner. Now, the next liner I have is a MAC lip liner. This is from the Sharon Osbourne collection in Cranberry. I don't know if you guys can still get Cranberry, but I'm sure you can find it online. So this is more of a pinkier tone. See? Oh, it's so gorgeous. When I saw this liner in the collection, I had to pick it up. It is my favorite pink, I would say mid-tone to hot pink liner, just because it is just so pretty. So this is in Cranberry. And then finally, for my dark lips in the wintertime, I use MAC's Night Moth. MAC's Night Moth is very well known. It is like a dark purple. Excuse me, guys, my voice is going. It's like a dark purple, and it's very nice to use with MAC's Rebel, MAC's Smoke Purple, Milani's Sangria, Milani's Black Cherry, those deep, dark, vampy lips. This looks amazing with. So I do love MAC's Night Moth lip pencil. Now we're getting into the fun stuff that I love. This is all lip products, so like lipsticks, lip glosses, all that kind of stuff. So my favorite lip products of the year have, I have so many lip products, it's unbelievable. I'm sure a lot of you girls out there who are beauty lovers just like me have so many lip products you don't know what to use every day and all that kind of stuff. And I totally agree with you. I always rotate my stuff out because I like to use some one week, put it away, use something else another week. But these are the products that I've reverted to over the year of 2014. I'm going to start off with a lip balmy type of product. This is my Clinique's Chubby Stick Intense. This is in the shade Curviest Caramel. I'm going to swatch it right here. It's very moisturizing. It is very moisturizing. It's nude. I just love it. As you can tell, I've used it quite a bit because it's almost flatted, but you can just bring it up and it goes up. But definitely love my Clinique's Curvious Caramel. I think this is great for in the wintertime because it's more of a moisturizing type of balm lip product, but it is very pigmented, so that's what I love about that one. Next up, we have another nude, and it is the nude I'm wearing today. This is the Milani's lipstick in Nude Creme number 26. So Nude Creme is definitely a love of mine as well. More on the pinkier, I guess you could say light pinkier side. This is more of a peachier shade, and the Nude Creme is more of a pink undertone. Very moisturizing on the lips. I don't know if you guys can see. It's moisturizing on the lips. Smells like watermelons. It's affordable for like $5 at the drugstore. Love Milani's Nude Creme. Definitely a staple, and I do use it quite often. Okay, sticking with the nudes, I do have a MAC nude-ish type of, this is Max Angel. So Max Angel's more of a pinkier tone. Let me see here, how am I going to swatch this? So Max Angel has been one of my favorites. It's a cooler tone nude. It's moisturizing. It is a frost, surprisingly enough, but it doesn't feel like a frost on the lips. It feels more like a cream sheen. So Max Angel is definitely a favorite of mine as well for the year. I actually had to repurchase this in 2014 because I used up my other one. So love that. Another nude is my Too Faced Melted liquid lipstick and Melted Nude. This is another one that I purchased in 2014 that I did love as well. I still love this one. I do use it from time to time. Let me just squeeze some product out and I will swatch it for you all. This is what Melted Nude looks like. More of a brownier nude. So Melted Nude from Too Faced is more of the brownie nude. So if you like a brownie nude, Melted Nude is definitely one of them. Sticking with the Too Faced Melted liquid lipsticks, Melted Peony is also a favorite of mine. This one is a pink. It's like a nudie pink, I guess you could say. But it's very, very well, like, it's a bright pink, but it's not overly bright, if you guys know what I mean. I don't know if you can tell. So it's like it's an everyday pink, but it's more, not nude, but more on the pink side. Love this for everyday. Definitely great. I think these are like 25 bucks at Sephora, but they are worth it, and you get quite a bit of product for what you pay for. 12 milliliters, Yeah, so 0.40 fluid ounces, which I believe, it doesn't even say on the MAC lipsticks how much product you get. I'm actually surprised. That is very, very, very surprising. I believe it's actually more than what most of them give you for product-wise. But anyways, so sticking with the nudes, my Whitening Lightning Lip Gloss in Nude, the writing is worn off because I've used it for so long. I love to use this as a topper on nude lipsticks just because it gives you that shine. So that's what Nude looks like by Whitening Lightning, or Gerard Cosmetics, as you can say. And then we have a Whitening Lightning or Gerard Cosmetics colored gloss in Raspberry Sherbet. I always want to say sorbet. I don't know why. This is Raspberry Sherbet. Very pigmented, guys. Very, very pigmented. See, that's a gorgeous gloss. Raspberry Sherbet. I love using this in the summertime when I just want a simple eye and just a great pop of color on the lips. This is amazing. And then my Strawberry Kisses from Sephora, which is another gorgeous off pink red. Oh, look at that. If you want like a red lip, but you don't want to go true red, you want some sort of like version of red, this is a good one because it's got a bit of a pink fuchsia to it, so it's kind of a mix. It looks gorgeous. It dries matte, it goes on liquid, but it does look gorgeous. I do have pictures of me wearing this on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, link is down below. And then finally, my last favorite lipstick of the year, I also purchased in 2014, is MAC Smoked Purple for that dark, vampy lip look. That's what Smoked Purple looks like. I love it. I love it. It's just gorgeous with a simple eye. Definitely love that vampy look in the fall and winter time. So yeah, that was it. That was my Best of Beauty for 2014 colored makeup products. I know it was a lot of info, guys. I hope that I was, able to give you guys some products to add to your shopping list or your wish list, whichever one it is. Please leave me comments down below on if there's anything that you have questions on that I've shown you. I do appreciate your feedback, and I do appreciate you guys telling me what you've liked in the video and maybe what you're wanting to try in the video, just so that I can see who out there is interested in what type of products. Other than that, I have nothing else left to say, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everybody. Mwah.